Damon Blackshear and Martin Budai go out there and do the damn thing, allowing us to cash that Locky two-step at plus 101. But unfortunately, the Locky Trinity crumbles as Rafael dos Anjos is unable to secure the bag for us in the main event, putting on an abysmal performance to Vicente Luque. Obviously, I got another Locky Trinity and Locky two-step for you guys this weekend for UFC 292, but I also got a bunch of other content dropping throughout the week. Tuesday, we already dropped the top 3 lock of the night candidates. Wednesday, we dropped the top 3 dog of the night candidates. Today, I'm obviously dropping this segment for you guys, as well as 2 breakdowns of fights that came together after I had initially done the full card breakdown on Monday. And that's going to be Damon Blackshear against Mario Bautista, as well as Brad Katona going up against Cody Gibson. Those fights, again, were put together after I had finished my breakdowns for the full card. So look for that later today as well, dropping on the channel in case you want to hear my thoughts on those matchups. And then obviously on Friday, we got the 3 best prop bets dropping for you guys as well. All right, let's not waste any more time. Actually, you know what? Quick plug, PFL and LFA go down on Friday. If you're looking for breakdowns on those, I don't do podcasts for those promotions, but what I do is written breakdowns on the Patreon. If you're looking for what my predictions and plays and spots I'm looking at for those 2 cards, what they are, check the link in the description below for my personal Patreon page, not the MMA Fight Archive where you find direct links to past fights for all these upcoming fights, but my personal Patreon where I drop detailed written breakdowns of every single matchup coming up for the UFC, Bellator, PFL, Cage Warriors, LFA, and the Contender Series. Reminder, Contender Series breakdowns drop on YouTube on Sundays, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. All right, I'm rambling too much about all the things that I got going on because things are good nowadays. Appreciate all the love and support as always, and appreciate the 6,200 subscriber mark we just hit for the YouTube channel. 7,000 up next. Let's go. All right, first step of the Locky two-step is going to be the chalky one, but I feel pretty good about it in Gregory Rodriguez. He's going up against Dennis Tuliulian, and I feel like this is a great spot for him to go out there and rebound after getting knocked out by Bruno Ferreira earlier this year. We know that this is a great stylistic matchup for the Brazilian, who has a high-level BJJ black belt, and we've seen that Dennis Tuliulian usually comes up short against most of his opponents when he is faced with other grapplers. Ikram Aliaskarov, Alias Kab Kizriev, and then last time around Junyoung Park were all able to take down Tuliulian and work to that dominant position to eventually get him out of there. I'm expecting Rodriguez to do the exact same thing. I'm hoping he doesn't go out there and trust his striking too much, which he should have some success with here. He's not a complete, a fish out of water on the feet, but that's where Tuliulian will face the path of least resistance. So it's much better if Rodriguez looks to get this fight to the ground and dominate with his jiu-jitsu. So he's the first step in the Locky two-step. The second step is going to be Mr. Not Martin Budai. I got thrown off by my notes here. Mario Bautista. Same initials as Martin Budai, but we're going to go with Mario Bautista, who's taking on short notice Damon Blackshear, who's actually stepping in after being successful last week on the UFC's Fight Night card, where he pulled off a twister over Jose Johnson. Damon Blackshear is a BJJ black belt, and we've seen him showcase that wrestling and control pressure in past fights, but we've never seen him look as dominant as he did in his last matchup, but that was a great stylistic matchup for him. Now for him to bounce back 7 days later, having to make the full weight cut again, I don't think is a good look for him, especially against an aggressive striker and fighter like Mario Bautista, who is also a BJJ black belt. Bautista is really coming into his own at this point in time, and he's looking better every single time he steps inside the cage. He was about to add the most famous name to his resume if Cody Garbrandt had made the date this weekend, but instead he's going to have to go out there and just look to remain active enough to defeat a guy like Damon Blackshear, who raised a lot of eyebrows last weekend, like I said, because of that twister victory. But I think Bautista will be able to stave off the early grapple-heavy approach from Blackshear, and then eventually as this fight starts to go into deep waters, I fully expect Bautista to start walking him down, landing big shots, and finding a finish of his own. Blackshear has had some cardio issues in the past, and given the circumstances going into this matchup, I don't think it's going to work out that well for him here. So give me Bautista to complete the Locky two-step, and that gives us minus 121. If you want to complete the Locky Trinity, we're going to go with Mr. Brad Katona, who's going up against Cody Gibson here. Cody Gibson is a slick boxer who has a wrestling background as well, but we've seen time and time again when he goes out there and fights other higher level wrestlers or guys that can implement it better in MMA, he usually comes up on the short end of the stick. And that's what he's getting here in Brad Katona. A guy who looks to have a few of screws loose, but is very intelligent when he gets inside the cage. He's on a 4-fight winning streak since initially being cut from the UFC, which includes him winning the Brave CF title and defending it one time. He is very difficult to deal with for a lot of people. Gibson was able to just smash through his competition on The Ultimate Fighter, whereas Brad Katona, he had a little bit of a tougher run to get to the finals, but I think that also showcases just how much more talented he is than Gibson. Gibson might have a technical striking advantage here, but I fully expect Brad Katona to shut that down, get this fight into the grappling realm, and use that clinch and that grind that he's so good at to win this fight by decision. So if you throw Mr. Brad Katona into the Locky Trinity here, you're going to get plus 197. There you guys go. Once again, a quick recap for the Lockheed two-step. We got Gregory Rodriguez and Mario Bautista for minus 121. And if you want to complete the Lockheed Trinity, you can go with Brad Katona for plus 197. All right, that's a wrap for your boy here. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the 3 best prop bets. Peace.